Hey everybody, Joe here. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to try to get a live match here. My opponent only has 11 cards in his sideboard, which is never a good sign. There's probably some kind of brew or something. So I've got 4 lands, Harbinger, and a Vapor Snag. Potentially decent against certain matchups. It's sort of excellent against the mirror, strangely. Super weird hand, but I'm going to keep treating Mutavault like a creature. Alright, so open with Oboro, pass the turn, and hope to draw into Silvergill, who sort of immediately makes the hand much, much better. Oh man. Is this Red-Green Titan? Valakut time. Well, another land doesn't help things very much. So, well, we do have a little bit of interaction against Valakut. I do think we want to get the Harbinger out, though. Man, let's just play this guy. It's a dumb grizzly bear. Pretty terrible. Definitely an argument to be made for mulliganing this hand, but if you think about Mutavault as a creature and you think about what a potential mulligan to 6 looks like, let's tap this mountain. Okay. So we see a Sakura Tribe Elder, and we are indeed on the Valakut plan. Lord is good because I get to keep pushing damage. I guess I'm going to play the Master of Waves next turn, almost certainly. So the land that I play doesn't really matter. But I'll play Mutavault anyway. I mean, I could Vapor Snag his Sakura Tribe Elder. He'll just sack it in response. But I want to leave the Vapor Snag in my hand for something more important. Yep, block. Block sack. I got it. I know how it works. Happens all the time. So Anger of the Gods is a blowout here. But especially with the hand that I was dealt, I can't play around everything. When you have Red-Green Titan playing, turn 2 ramp into turn 3 Anger of the Gods. Alright, Edge of Autumn. This is a card that I'm almost certainly happy to see. If you control 4 or fewer lands, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped. Okay, that resolves. Waste. This is super weird. Okay, so it's some kind of brew. Let's go to the image of this card. This card has really beautiful artwork. Wait. Alright. Yep, so that makes sense. This put that land into play. And then this was his land for the turn. And he got to 3 lands with the Sakura Tribe Elder. Alright, well, continuing to draw lands. Can activate Mutavault and swing. He has Primeval Titan mana next turn. Do we leave Vapor Snag up? So let's see, I'm gonna tell him I'm thinking. He's only got 4 mountains. So if Primeval Titan enters the battlefield off of Through the Breach or just casting him, he can't get any triggers next turn. He can only get a mountain and a Valakut. If I leave Vapor Snag up, then he won't be able to attack. I can bounce him, and he gets no more triggers. So I think I'm just going to attack with Mutavault. Of course, if he threw the breaches for Emrakul or something like that, then I feel a little bit silly. Also feel silly, I guess, if he just Lightning Bolts my Lord here. Otherwise, he's going to take... Yep, there it is. So he's just taking 4 damage. Super slow. I could also just save my guy. But against this matchup, I'm going to respect it even though he's playing weird cards like Edge of Autumn. I'm not going to waste my interaction trying to save a Lord. Alright, so down to 16, and we'll go ahead and end the turn. Spreading Seas would be most welcome right now. Just spreading Seas into another Spreading Seas off of the draw would be excellent. Okay, well there's a Primeval Titan. All right, he's going to get some triggers. And now I think we just leave this up for next turn to bounce him when he tries to go to attacks. Oh, I'm sorry, he played another mountain, so he is going to get a trigger here, which bumps me out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now he's going to get a trigger. He can probably just kill the Harbinger. Maybe he'll get 2 Valakits. Let's see how it goes. Probably Valakit and a mountain, I imagine. Not 2 Valakits, so gives me a window of opportunity. I don't know why he has his lands off to the side like that. I mean, he doesn't have to. I'm just asking him nicely to move his lands over a little bit. Okay, I guess he doesn't want to. So, yeah, this is a pretty dire situation here. Just going to hope that he doesn't have any mountains in hand at this point, and go ahead and play out Master of Waves. All right, still not even lethal on the board. It's 13 though, it's pretty close. I guess any lord off the top makes it exact lethal. 3, 3, plus 4 is 10, plus 6 is 16. He didn't play a land yet, right? So, well, if this brings in a land, that's kind of a bummer. He's tapping 3, searching for tomorrow. Okay. This is such a terrible matchup, even though this guy is playing weird cards. All right, so he gets a trigger from this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the 6th mountain. And I wonder if we'll get to see what the wastes is for. All right, so he's getting 2 triggers here. I don't even know if it's worth trying to save Master of Waves. Yep, he eats it, and the elementals eat it. And I think we're just going to bounce this guy, but he can just recast it on this turn. I hate this deck so much. Actually, no, he doesn't have the green mana for it. Oh, Reality Smasher. Yuck. So that's what the colorless mana is for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Super slow motion over there. There it is. All right, so I'm going to bounce the Primeval Titan. I mean, nothing but Spreading Seas into Spreading Seas gets me into this game. Okay, so Reality Smasher's coming across for 5. Yep. And we take 5, and the opponent continues to leave his lands on the annoying side of the screen. Spreading Seas, 1 time. Nope. Good game, game 2. All right, let's get our sideboard going here. So Kira comes in to protect us against Valakut triggers. Tidebinders come in to tap down Primeval Titans. We don't even know if he's playing Through the Breach. Maybe he's not, but he's certainly got a lot of non-creature spells. So you can bring in the Negates, bring in the Dispels, certainly keeping his Lightning Bolts in. Cursecatcher is poor against ramp, so we can take out 4 Cursecatchers. And Master of Waves is pretty poor against Valakut in general. Echoing Truth is unnecessary. Vapor Snag is decent, I guess. Yeah, there's not a lot we can do. You take out the Cursecatcher effect against ramp because they always have mana to pay for it. Take out Master of Waves because he dies to a single Valakut trigger. Echoing Truth is just too expensive, and there's not a lot of important things to bounce that aren't creatures. This is a keep. Opponent rolled the dice, I think, by accident. Let's see if he keeps. we really want to hit a blue land on our first draw, but if we don't, it's not the worst thing in the world since we have the AEther Vial here. Opponent is thinking rather long about his opening hand. Maybe he's waiting for me to roll the dice. Doesn't really make sense. Okay. Let's do this. Alright, so that really, really, really makes me want to draw an island right now. Alright, well, at least we can cast Silvergill. I'm not complaining. But blue source off of the Silvergill would be welcome. Also, another Silvergill is welcome. So we're going to get to draw 2 cards. One next turn for the draw step, one from the Silvergill, expecting an Anger of the Gods. Almost at that position where we can start to try to play around Anger of the Gods. Alright. Let's start by... If we attack with Mutavault, we've got lands, right? We're going to be able to cast Merrow Reejerey and potentially Master of Waves. I took Master of Waves out. So yeah, I think maybe just attack with Mutavault. And then... maybe we Vial in Silvergill. If we draw a blue source, we get to hit the Valakut. Actually, I think that we attack first. I'm not Vialing in the Lord this turn. Okay. So now, man, I guess we cast this, and then we can bring the Lord in at the end of the turn. All right, another Spreading Seas is something that I'm... Well, hold on a second. This is my 3rd turn, right? I've got to play a land and then pass the turn. So we've got a lot of power on the table between the Mutavaults and the Silvergills and on these Lords that are going to be coming in off the AEther Vial. I have a feeling I might lose these Silvergills. Okay, that's fine. They get exiled, tap some lands. Okay, there's a Lord, and draw a card. Another Lord means we play around Anger of the Gods, and could potentially bait it as well, which would be pretty cool. So I'm going to save a point of damage for now and try to bait another Anger of the Gods. Okay, so he takes 3. We end our turn and really want to hit a blue source to hit that Valakut with Spreading Seas. Kaplusan Forest. Thought-Knot Seer. Well, that means... No, he doesn't have color... Oh, he does have colorless for that. Oh, this guy takes forever to tap his lands. Now I'll reveal my hand. And I'll exile one of my Spreading Seas. And these guys are all 4/4s, and the Mutavaults are 5/5s. So block a 5/5. Okay, so I think it's pretty close to being done, I think. There's another Reejerey. I can play that guy. So I play him, tap the Thought-Knot Seer, and they're all 5/5s, so works for me. All right, well, that was a strange game. None of my sideboard came into play, but we got there with Lords through an Anger of the Gods. It's pretty nice. So he's got this Eldrazi thing going on. I don't know if that doesn't really change what I'm playing. Vapor Snags are better now that I know that there's Thought-Knot Seer. All right. All right, this is a pretty solid hand. We love seeing AEther Vial in this matchup so that we can do things like Tidebinder. What? Yeah, it's his turn. So, all right, let's see. So a good portion of the time on Cockatrice, I feel like you see people trying out new tech, which I enjoy, right? Taking something like red-green Titan and seeing, you know, how you can make it better, I think is pretty interesting. Pretty fun games to play. So Negate is welcome for sure, because we'll be able to sit back with AEther Vial, putting our creatures into play. Unfortunately, the opponent's on the play, so he's gonna have for the front foot if he wants to go for something like Anger of the Gods. Put that into play tapped. We'll get to take AEther Vial up and put a Silvergill into play. Another Tidebinder. That's pretty nice. Let's go with Silvergill, revealing a Lord, and resolve Silvergill over here, and another Lord. So things are going pretty well as far as the draws go. A third Lord would be excellent to get guys out of Anger of the Gods range. Okay, plays a Cinder Glade tapped. This is super slow stuff from the opponent. All right, so we've got the Reej. There's the third Lord. I guess we play Reejerey and yeah, if he gets Wrathed, that's okay. Silvergill drew us a card. But if he doesn't have it right away, and he doesn't have a Bolt, then we're going to be outside of Anger of the Gods range next turn, with Negate back up, with the Reejerey untap triggers. So it's pretty much Anger of the Gods or bust here, I think, for the opponent. There it is. Fair enough. I think they do play 4 of those, so I can't really complain. He played this untapped, which makes me think he's got Bolt, which makes me want to leave up Negate. But I want to attack, right? I mean, maybe we play a Tidebinder? Nah, those guys are too valuable. Yeah, I'm just going to bring in a Lord. If he wants to bolt it, that's okay. Yep. Trading 1 for 1. Happens all the time. There's Mutavault. That's a pretty good card. And at this point, I think I'm going to play out one of these Tidebinders. Keeping up mana for Negate. But if he spends mana to Anger the God, he wouldn't Anger the Gods, Tidebinder Mage. Karplusan Forest. We're going to see a Reality Smasher here. Yep. So Harbinger is going to be excellent off the top of the deck. He doesn't know that he can select all of his lands and tap them all at once. So it's going to be a race. Merfolk typically like to race, so I'll take 5. So the question is whether I play the Tidebinder and then I'm attacking for 9, or play the Lord and attack for 8. Keep the Tidebinder in my hand. I think that's probably smart. There's that Harbinger. Love it. All right. So we swing for 8, leave Harbinger up, and we've got Tidebinder also for... Actually, you know what? All right, let me swing. So this is 8. Opponent's 15. You should be at 7. Okay. And now we can just play Harbinger with him tapped to bounce his guy now. Otherwise, we're just leaving up. I think we just end here, leaving up Negate for Anger of the Gods. If he plays a land and plays Primeval Titan, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Guys, so if he plays a 5th mountain next turn, then he can get 1 trigger off of Primeval Titan, I think, next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. But he got 2 Valakits the previous time, but his life total is being pressured quite a lot here. Yeah, I like leaving Negate up. If it's just Reality Smasher coming for me, that's not the end of the world. Is this guy, he's sacrificing a land. So I really want to counter that because he sacrificed a land for it and he's trying to dig for stuff. But he's casting it, right? Oh. Yuck. Don't see cycling too much. So yes, he cycled it. He didn't cast it. And I knew that he cycled it, but I didn't think that this was an ability. I didn't realize that it's an ability. So much better as an ability, right? Because if you sack a land for the cost, then that's not great. So now, I mean, I guess I have the Negate, right? He can't even double anger me or anything like that through Negate. And it's not a spell, it's a creature's ability, so Reality Smasher's ability that says, counter that spell unless its controller discards a card is not relevant. So Harbinger is excellent against Reality Smashers. Yeah, so Negate didn't even have a target when I tried to cast it because this was, let's see. It was an ability that was being activated, not a spell, and Negate targets spells. Okay, so the opponent's a little choppy here too. He's thinking about what he's trying to do. No problem. Or even now. So 4 mana for something. Thought Not Seer. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I can't do anything about it. But I can attack. You can block a 3/3 and take 8. I still got it. Yep, that's fine. Unless he plays a land and then plays Bolt or something. This is exiled. Yeah. Alright, so he plays it. Well, then that's it. That's game. Another Harbinger is pretty good. Okay, I think that's it, right? Or was that the second game? I don't even know. Which game was that? Yeah, I think that was game 3. Didn't I win game 2? Yeah, that was, we were definitely playing for a while. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching that one, guys. Pretty interesting deck. Eldrazi, red and green, ramp Titan deck, with, I guess, without Through the Breach, probably without Emrakul then. Yeah, let me know if you've seen it around. Let me know your thoughts about it, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you later.